Hello everyone, back to you in today's second video update. We're going to have a look at Christmas again for today's second video update. So we're doing the 16th Christmas 2018 update. 15 updates so far. They've generally been a bit of a mixed bag. It took until around update 7 to get the trend within the long-range CFS V2 model. Where we did get that trend though, it was very much towards a mild, stormy, westerly Atlantic driven Christmas. We haven't had any classic cold Christmas updates this year so far, which is quite unusual. We normally get at least one real cold easterly sort of Christmas update. Haven't had one yet. Maybe the models are saving the best for last. I'll have to wait and see on that, but I'll talk you through the 16th update very shortly anyway in a moment. Just to say that today's first video is on the homepage, and that's having a look at weather for next week to 10 days. Next week's Easterly has been cancelled. So a couple of days ago there was good model agreement in terms of getting the Scandinavian high going and turning wind into the east next week. We're going to get the high pressure over Scandinavia, but it doesn't look as though the low pressure in the Atlantic is going to allow those winds to swing into the east. So bit of a cancelled easterly at the moment. But have a look at today's first video on the homepage, see what's going on. And it's possible that easterly might be brought back in subsequent model runs. We'll have to wait and see, because high pressure is going to get in over Scandinavia. So if these models are just putting too much energy into the Atlantic, we may still pull something off in terms of the easterly winds next week. Right, so Christmas update. I'll tell you again about the model. So we are using the CFS V2 9-monthly forecast model from the website meteoseal.fo. You can find the link to Meteoseal on the links page and in the description at YouTube. So we are looking for the trend within the Christmas period, kind of like mid to late December to early January. See if we can pick out the trend within the CFS V2 model. The trend, as I say, has definitely been towards westerly winds for Christmas, so Atlantic-driven weather. Varying in terms of how mild it might be, varying in terms of how stormy it might be. And actually, the last update, the 15th update, was a little bit colder just for the days of Christmas. We did pull off a little bit of a colder interlude with that one, albeit the broad pattern was still very much the same. So we're using the CFS V2 9-month forecast. As I say, this was generated midday yesterday on the 5th of December, so there's always a 24-hour delay with the charts appearing at Meteoseal. So we always try and use a midday run as well. It's run 4 times a day, this model, but the run we choose to use, for no particular reason, it shouldn't make any difference which run you use really, but it's always best to try and stick to the same run if you can when you're comparing back to past updates. So the run we use is always the midday run. So it's generated midday yesterday. CFS V2 9-monthly forecast generated midday on the 5th of December. We will very soon be moving away from the CFS and going on to the shorter range GFS, as Christmas will be coming very shortly into the time frame of the GFS model. The Christmas shop is open, so if you've got any Christmas shop to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, then please click the green button that says Gaz Christmas Shop. It takes you through to our Christmas shop page, and then from there you can either use the Amazon search widget to search out whatever item you would like to buy, or you can click through the Amazon banners. Whichever way you do it, you're going to go from Gaz Webbiz to Amazon. You'll do your Christmas shopping at Amazon as usual. It's just purely the fact that you've gone from Gaz to Amazon that means we get revenue on the things that you are buying. Big thank you to everybody for doing that. Again, this Christmas has been really successful, so thanks everyone for doing that. Right, we're going to start off on the 15th of December, so this is less than 10 days away now, and we can see that we've got high pressure down to our south and low pressure up to the north. We're bringing in this westerly flow here on the 15th of December. We're up to the 16th and rather unsettled conditions. Low pressure moving in from off the Atlantic, trying to pull down some colder air from the north as well on the northern side of this low pressure, which takes us to the 19th of December with low pressure just out to the southwest. On its northern side, we're pulling in some quite cold air from the north and from the east, so there'd be rain in the south, but further north there could be some snow actually with that. On the northern side of this low pressure, we are pulling in some really quite cold air. We go from the 19th through to the 20th. We take that low pressure away to our southeast and turn the winds into the north. So that brings cold air down across the whole country, actually, by the 20th of December. This is kind of similar to what we were seeing in the 15th Christmas update, actually, with the wind going into the north as we run up towards Christmas. The air is going cold from the north. Once again, that could bring snow showers to northern and eastern parts of the country. That takes us to the 21st of December. We have high pressure over the top of the country then. Quite a cold area of high pressure too, so that would be producing hard overnight frost and maybe freezing fog patches, but any snow risk will be gone by this point. It will just be dry, cold and frosty as we start to run up towards Christmas. So that's the 22nd of December. Still pretty cold and frosty for England and Wales, but for Scotland and Northern Ireland we're starting to pick up a little bit more of a southwesterly wind with outbreaks of rain starting to move off. It's beginning to move in off the Atlantic. It's beginning to turn rather milder as well. So to the 23rd, the eve of Christmas Eve, we're turning things stormy here with a deep area of low pressure just to the north of Scotland, bringing gale force winds across the country and outbreaks of heavy rain, followed by somewhat colder air, possibly producing wintry showers into the northern part of the country. Excuse me. That's how Christmas Eve is looking on the 16th Christmas update. So there's a weather front that's bringing outbreaks of rain to England and Wales. Behind it we've got wintry showers feeding in towards Scotland. Quite cold air coming out of Greenland with those westerly winds. But further south it would actually be quite a mild Christmas Eve with that area of low pressure in across the south. Then we're up to Christmas Day, and that's how Christmas Day looks. So a ridge down to the southwest of the country, bringing reasonable amount of dry weather to England and Wales. A little bit more showery for Scotland. It's probably cold enough still for some wintry showers across the far north of Scotland. Otherwise, this would be a reasonably mild Christmas Day. No problems with temperatures there on Christmas Day with this particular update. That's Boxing Day, and again high pressure is to the south of the country, so we're bringing up some quite mild air across England and Wales with mainly dry conditions. Scotland and Northern Ireland look cloudier and wetter with some outbreaks of light patchy rain, but certainly nothing particularly cold doing there for Christmas on this 16th Christmas update. Now we run into the days beyond Christmas, and we're starting to see that the weather is turning a little bit colder, so we get through to the 27th of December, and we're bringing in a rather colder gale force northwesterly wind actually. So we've got a weather front moving southwards across England and Wales, taking heavy rain behind it on the 27th. Gale force winds and some rather colder air could turn showers wintry across Scotland. That's like a real storm there from the 27th to 28th across Scotland. Otherwise England and Wales probably remaining mostly dry and mild. Moving into the period between Christmas and New Year and heading up towards New Year, again we've got high pressure maintained to our south. There it is, so it's bringing up more mild air from the southwest. Outbreaks of rain in the north and the west, mainly dry across England and Wales. Temperatures would be very mild for all of us, and that continues into New Year's Eve. This is New Year's Day. The first day of 2019 is mild with high pressure to the south, low pressure up to the north, and again we're bringing in these pretty mild winds from off the Atlantic. There's a weather front there across England and Wales that will be bringing a bit of a damp end to the New Year celebrations. I'll just run you through the first days, first couple of weeks of January. So high pressure continues to dominate weather, becoming increasingly dominant actually through the first week of January, centred over central parts of Europe, still keeping us generally quite mild. But what you'd notice with that is that you'd start to turn things increasingly foggy, I would have thought, across England and Wales in particular. We carry on through this first week of January, and then the Atlantic starts to try and come back, but high pressure's fending it off to some degree. All the time the winds are remaining from the south or the southwest, so it stays mild through the early part of January, really, and then we carry on heading up towards the middle of January. Going a little bit stormier again then, but again the winds are maintained from that west-southwesterly direction So there's really nothing going on in terms of colder conditions. No winds from the north, certainly nothing from the east. Up to the middle of January, we maintain low pressure and westerly or southwesterly winds. As I say, the GFS is getting ever closer to the Christmas time frame, so this is how the GFS is looking right at the very end of the midday run of the GFS this afternoon or this evening. So we're up to the 22nd of December now with the GFS model, which is 384 hours away. Looks fairly similar to what the CFS has been showing, actually, with low pressure just out to the northwest of Scotland, and we're bringing in these relatively mild westerly winds with showers or longer spells of rain. So it's not a great update to this if you want cold weather for Christmas, but the CFS, you have to say, it has been very consistent about this. Lots of westerly winds, not only for sort of mid to late January, but mid to late December, but also going on into January as well. We shall wait and see where this is going to go. Will we get a final twist, or has the CFS had it right all the way along? We'll find out as we count down the days and get closer and closer to Christmas. It's very strange that we've not had a very cold Christmas update, I have to say. We normally have at least one, so quite unusual for the CFS to be just as consistent as it has been. Maybe it's been consistently wrong, but we'll find out in the days ahead. So the next update will be on Saturday, and by then the GFS will be starting to get to Christmas Eve. So Saturday will include the GFS Christmas Eve chart, and then after that, next week, we will start to move completely from the CFS to the GFS, and then we will be on the proper countdown to Christmas from next week. Right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.